Record, bro.
Shit, go ahead, keep going.
All right, so now everybody that heard the little stories over the last couple years with Lauryn Hill showing up to her shows all late if she show up at all, and recently in a news report they said that she told them motherfuckers in the audience they lucky that they lucky she even on stage right now, some shit like
Facts.
that. And people, I know a couple of people. He knew a couple of people. My buddy. We know a couple people that tried to go to her concerts and shit like that, and they was massively disappointed because of the lateness, the tardiness to her own performances or whatever. And I was breaking down to him. I said, I view it different than the average person that's probably like just a ticket buyer and a fan of her music. I told him, I said, I think that she's in a shitty fucking contract, and the only way she could pay them back is through doing these shows, and they on her neck. And they've been on her neck for a few years. And it probably don't help her either that she said what she said about seeing all the white people at her shows. Yeah, she said that she would rather see a black baby star than to know a white person about her music.
What?
Yes,
she wilding out like that?
Let me get the quote, bro. It says, an apocryphal quote from 1996, in which it was asserted that Lauryn Hill said she'd rather her children starve than to have white people buy her albums. It has lingered in many corners. She addressed the controversy around the time Miseducation was released, but that shit been hanging over her head ever since, right? And I told him, I said, imagine you in a deal where motherfuckers actually getting a bulk of the pay that you owe them for over the years, publishing and all this old shit. So you touring, you're on a perpetual lifetime musical tour because you can never really see reap the financial rewards of your tour because you owe so much fucking money. So now you're just mad because you can't get off the stage. And I told him, I said, I wouldn't even imagine that the motherfucking label probably planting people in the audience just to make sure she there.
Yeah.
And she knows some of these faces. And when she see these faces, it pisses her off even more.
Or they're there to rile the crowd up to get her ostracized while she's there. Ain't no telling.
And ain't no telling what else she done said. You know what I'm saying? And my buddy was like, man, Lauryn Hill be showing up to her shows like I show up to work. I said, that's real shit. I was like, shit, she probably be hitting the stage. She got sleep in her eyes and shit like that. She get on that motherfucking stage, breath smelling like morning breath and cigarettes.
Hell yeah. And she's at a point where she just doesn't care if she's just showing up like that anyway. So she's probably been paid half the paycheck in advance.
Man. And then she still got, and out of what she been paid, she owed money to her band. She owed money to her management. So that check probably just shrinking. After the motherfuckers federal government or is by taking they cut first and left her with whatever the check was gonna be, she still owe motherfuckers.
And she don't care because she goes home to a Marley, right?
I don't think they're together no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they're together no more. But plus kids all grown and shit. But it's like I'm just like the idea of being in perpetual servitude to an entity because you was young when you signed these contracts and shit like that, and the contract, and on top of that, it's only a handful of, if not a certain amount of rappers that get to make it to that status of superstar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you think about like the ones that actually make it to superstar, they eventually just stop dropping albums and they stop making music. They just focus on other endeavors if they're not touring. Like 50 don't drop music. And if he do, he could do it on his own now because he's been out of that deal for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Like he said, I made everybody money. I don't have to do music no more.
Exactly. And the thing about the way he worded it, I made everybody music already. Made everybody money already. So it's like those types of those obligations got to be heavy than a motherfucker. But the average fans just want what they pay for. Mm-hmm. They don't even realize what they paying for. You paying for whatever the fuck show up.
Yeah, because unless she's obligated to perform and do a certain amount of songs, She's just gonna show up whenever she feel like she like again, like I said, she's been paid already.
Yeah.
The fact that she stays for the show just means that she gets the full the other half, the back end of the money. But Lauryn Hill don't be giving a fuck about that.
Shit, she probably also on the hook to get sued by the actual promoters because the labels already get their money. Like they part of it is really just making sure she stay on top of paying them back. But in order for her to pay them back, she got to do these shows. But she ain't dropping albums. It ain't like she dropping music. It's probably worthless to them because streaming don't pay much.
How long ago did that album come out?
Fucking 1998, bro. Well, the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill was in 1998, and then that Unplugged album was like what, a year or two later. So after that, she ain't dropping. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? She's really riding the wave off of the dream of what could have been. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, bro, you got all these people who got like their points of view on the people who shall not be named. You know what I'm saying? Who actually who's vocal about them. They fuck around and get blackballed and ostracized out the game. You know what I'm saying? A la Kanye. You know what I'm saying? You can't speak on those who shouldn't be spoken on or some shit like that. You heard the minister suing the Anti-Defamation League for calling him an anti-Semite.
They've been calling him an anti-Semite for a long time, bro.